Andy, a couple of weeks into pre-season, how are you finding it? How's the body and how's the group going?
Yeah, it's pre-seasons are always hard. I find that they don't really get easier the older you get. You're probably just able to do a little bit more. But no, the group's working really hard. A couple of young faces that have shown some really good signs early, and it's extremely hot and high pressure. But we love this time of the year. Build connections with your new teammates and build that fitness base for the year.
Are you getting sick of trekking up Kings Park Hills?
It's we've been doing that for a little while now. It is tough. Saturday mornings we get out there with the boys, just have a quick hit up the hills, and then we get to enjoy our weekend. So it's the last little challenge that we do for the week, but it's enjoyable and builds that connection with each other.
Sound like you're moving from the young group to the old group here, this conversation. Tell us how your pre-season's been going. We've seen you in the rehab group a couple of times. Is that just a management thing?
Yeah, just slowly progressing, hopefully fully back by the end of this week. Last week, I was doing about half with rehab, half with the main group. So, just a management load thing. So hopefully, our last session's next Wednesday. I should be definitely doing all of it by then.
So no injury issue in the off-season?
No, all good.
Are there, is there someone that's impressed you in pre-season? You've got a couple of elite runners in the group now that have sort of caught the eye of a few people. Yeah,
there's been a couple of guys. Jeremy Sharp's clearly been showing everyone that he's super fit. Can run all day. I think his GPS numbers have been blowing up. But in the little bits that I have been doing with the team, Cooper Simpson's really impressed me as well. So I think we're really lucky to get him at the pick we did.
Talk to us about Cooper. Felt like at the time in the draft he was sort of best available. What's he going to add to?
I think from what I've seen, he can play as a small forward or can come and have a hit in the midfield. He's really crafty. I've played a few really in tight handball games with him, and he's been able to use both sides of his body really well and get out of traffic, which is really handy. So we could see him, I think, at forward 50 stoppages for us, kicking some goals. He looks really exciting.
We also saw Jack Deline cop a heavy tackle what day was it? What day were you? Monday, Friday, and get straight back up and get straight back into it. What have you made of him?
Yeah, he's been great. Another one who's really impressed, his run, carry, drive. But when you see an 18-year-old, or might even still be 17, but get tackled like that, bounce back straight back up and keep going, it's a really promising sign. And I think the whole group of guys that we've picked up have that sort of drive and that intensity. And Jack's very, very tough, so it's good.
What's the pre-season like as a leader, and is it different to your first couple at the club?
It changes slightly every year. You think that it'll get easier and easier, but I think you're just able to do more and more. So in your first year, you might do 50% of the pre-season program, and every time you get home, you'll just fall straight asleep and just want to eat, sleep, and train. That's about it. Now I'm in a position where I've had a few pre-seasons under my belt. Probably am able to do a little bit more outside of footy. Like I'll get home and I don't just need to go to sleep, which is handy. So, it never gets easier. Definitely not. They're always hard, but it sets you up for a big year.
What about your own season last year? How do you reflect on that, and what are you looking forward to this or next season?
I think there's a lot of area for myself to improve based off last year. Consistency wasn't as good as the previous year. I think my best was still really strong, but similar to the team, we just had games where I wasn't stepping up to my full height, whether that was inside, being strong and clean with the ball, or being damaging on the outside. So I am excited. It gives next year gives us another chance to have a crack at it, and I'll be working closely with Caleb, Sean, some of these new guys as well that are coming in. It's an exciting time, but I definitely want to improve again from last year.
Is there anything you've put your finger on that might have changed last year, or that you're looking to change or eliminate next season?
No, not necessarily. I'll continue to just do a lot of midfield craft, build my strength and endurance. I guess those are the main ones.
Hey, as a leader, there's obviously a leadership vote in the new year. Is it something that you want to do to captain the club and obviously continue in your vice captain role?
I would love to continue in that role. One day, if I were to be selected captain, that would be amazing, and it would be an honour. But it's a player voted thing, and we'll see who we vote. I think we're going to be doing it sometime in the next year, so in the new year. So it should be exciting.
What did you take out of Alex's first year as full-time captain? What did he bring to the group that you really enjoyed?
Yeah, it was a really tough year to captain the club. We didn't win as many games as we wanted to last year, but he was able to bring the group together when we had really tough losses, and also keep our heads level when we had good wins. Like I said, it wasn't a very easy year, but yeah, he was able to, I guess, represent the playing group in a really strong way. And yeah, you just stand taller when you walk out with Moose, as we call him. But yeah, no, he was great last year, and if he's to be selected again, yeah, I'll be really happy.
Caleb spoke in Albany about ownership of not being a young group anymore, like he's still young, but like not using that as an excuse and moving forward. And how do you approach that mentally?
I guess you try and look at it as a strength. Yeah, whilst we may not be as experienced, with youth you have a lot more energy and can play with a lot more excitement. So I guess that's the lens we're trying to look at it through. We still have a couple of old heads who are, when the whips are cracking, like they can really steady all these young guys who may not have as much experience, but in the same breath, in the fourth quarter, when hopefully some other teams are getting tired, we'll have these young guys who are just able to run out games. And training's been dialed up because of these young guys really pushing for spots. So we're trying to look at it as a big positive.
Another one who's out there on the other end of the spectrum is Nat Fife, and he's been doing a fair bit of pre-season. How's he been going?
Yeah, he's been going well. He's been managed as well, slowly building into the pre-season. But when he does get his opportunities with the main group, he's really strong. I mean, his body's in really good nick at the moment. And yeah, I guess his leadership as well. Even though he's not captain anymore, he still seems like one of the best leaders of the group, and offers a lot of advice to these young guys coming through as well. So hopefully we can see him out on the park in 2024.
What do you still think he could bring to the group if he was out on the park? Obviously, the leadership's one thing, but he's still a bloody good player when he's out there as well.
Yeah, no, I'm still of the opinion that when he's at his fittest, he's our best player. So hopefully we can get him back out there. I see him as a midfielder, big, strong, helps out blokes like me and Caleb, because he's massive. He's a physical presence, and like you touched on, obviously a really good leader. But when you have a big, strong body like that, just pushing blokes around and doing the things he does, it's pretty special.
Sean as well, how's he been tracking after pre-season? Obviously another really important part of your midfield, and you'd be keen to have him out there, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. We're just trying to get that consistency of having Sean, myself, Caleb, and Fifey all out there training together, so that we can continue to build that connection. But Sean's one who's always positive. He's been spending a little bit of time on the far side with myself and slowly building into things. But when he does get his chance, like I said before with Fifey, he's got that physical presence. Obviously really strong, and there's a few young rucks that are really looking up to him, and he's showing them the way as well.
There's obviously a bit of talk about the wing role now that Liam Henry's left the club. Is that something that's spoken about internally? Are guys sort of auditioning for this? Obviously, Jeremy Sharp's come to the club.
I don't think it's talked about that much, but I think there's a few guys that know that spot's sort of up for grabs. It's a really important role for us, and there's a few guys that are really fighting for it. At the moment, you'd think sort of Jeremy Sharp is one that's leading the race for that. Showing his fitness, his ball use is looking really good out on the track. So, if he keeps training the way he has, I'm sure he'll be out there round one.
It's been really impressive. Can you sort of, it's kind of hard to believe that he wasn't getting a game at the Gold Coast and just dominating VFL. Is that sort of how you guys have seen it now that he's come to the club? Yeah, I
mean, everything that I've seen of him, both on the track, but also, catching up with him outside of the club, he's just a great bloke, and, trains as hard as anyone. So, it's I'm really fortunate that we've got him. It's going to be a great asset on the wing.